you can't hide. Talking all that trash, it's got your tongue tied. We king in the window, we'll start till we're finished. You better be ready to throw down. Calling us nameless, I'm missing the papers, and we find our way cause we know how. You get it twisted, we doing our business, they're chanting our names and it's so loud. Better believe it, we can't be defeated, no way. We are the heroes, we're talking legend. Won't back down until our hands are to the heavens. Heroes, we're talking legends. Won't back down until our hands are to the heavens. Can't stop us when we go in. Kings and queens are folding. There's something in our touch, feel the rush. Yeah, we're golden, sending out a message. Leave them in the wreckage. Unbreakable, powerful forces not to mess with. We keep it a window, we'll fight till we're finished. You better be ready to throw down. Calling us famous, I'm losing the papers, and we find our way cause we know how. You get it twisted, we doing our business, they're chanting our names and it's so loud. Better believe it, we can't be defeated, no way. We are the heroes, we're talking legend. Won't back down until our hands are to the heavens. Heroes, we're talking legends. Won't back down until our hands are to the heavens. We are the heroes, we're talking legend. Won't back down until our hands are to the heavens. Heroes, we're talking legends. Won't back down until our hands are to the heavens.
Living like kings comes with a price, don't it? You're rolling in riches, then you're rolling the dice, ain't it? Nah. Funny how it all works out in the end. You're playing with fire, living in sin. Nothing's ever free, no, nothing's ever free, is it? Is it? When the big bad wolf comes running around, you better get yourself right out of town. All your hearts are meant to break, cause everybody's got a big debt to pay. Some lost souls never get found, stuck in a head, falling deeper down, down, down. Funny how it all works out in the end. You dance with the devil and you lose your head. Nothing's ever free, no, nothing's ever free, is it? Is it? When the big bad wolf comes running around, you better get yourself right out of town. All your hearts are meant to break, cause everybody's got a big debt to pay. Bang, 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 gon' shoot you down. Wasted youth lies in the ground. All your hearts are meant to break, cause everybody's got a big debt to pay. Save me with the dark in my head, I put the devil away. Save me, oh come save me. With the dark in my head, I put the devil away. Save me, oh come save me. With the dark in my head, I put the devil away. Save me, oh come save me. With the dark in my head, I put the devil away. When the big bad wolf comes running around, you better get yourself right out of town. All your hearts are meant to break, cause everybody's got a big debt to pay. Bang, 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 gon' shoot you down. Wasting youth
Welcome, I'm Alicia Quinn, and today we are going to be talking about making peace. This is definitely a celebration of last year, the Monday before Thanksgiving, which actually comes about that is truly a significant date for me because 3 years ago, 2 years from last year, was the date that my former husband, Robert, had a major stroke, which led to him passing away 2 months later. So the Monday before Thanksgiving ends up being a significant date for me. So for some reason, I'm not sure why, but we're going to talk about from, me leaving Washington State when I seen who I was, playing this game in the dark and really, being the person that was sent in to flip people's tables over and sometimes be the test and sometimes to teach people lessons that I left Washington State 23 years after having a vision of it when I was 23 years old in the summer of 2001. And so, I went through this journey coming across the United States, and a bunch of stuff happened and things, truly coming to questioning reality, where, I pretty much lost my mind. And so I ended up in this South Carolina, North Carolina area where my kids ended up in state custody because I ended up in the hospital from losing my mind with all the, BS and things, right? You kind of go into that dark, dancing with the devil, the fear and the lack set mind and guilt and shame. Yeah, we end up loving it, everyone's our enemy. We don't even know who to trust, Can we even trust ourselves? Like the big bad wolf, you know? So it's very, interesting when, your crown is cracked because everything that you thought was true wasn't. And so, question reality for sure. And what is reality and what's truly important in things. And so, as I went through the journey of truly questioning about leaving Washington State, I really came through like questioning like was I meant to leave Washington State and did I do the right thing in these types of things, right? And I really went on this journey of, looking at like the Job story where he lost everything and then he gained more, right? And then I got led to the story of Joseph, of being, you know, really prepared and saved for the right time for the world back then to do a very important soul mission, really, to help the world, right? And then I got led to the Lot's wife thing, don't look back at what you have given up and lost and things. Look forward to what you're going to gain, what you're going to get, right? And so, I went through that and then I got to where I was staying at the Life House shelter and writing my life story book. So that was a very huge synchronicity for me of like, okay, for some reason I'm right where I'm meant to be for some reason. And then, there was like the fact that I had been doing DoorDash and Uber for 3 years. And on top of it, when I went and got a new car, which I got on May 3rd of 2023, that when I went to get this car, which was funny because I was thinking I don't want a white car. And I pull up and there's a white car there. And me and the guy talk about the white car. And so, and he was like, well, we only have one other one and it's a gray one, but it was driven across the country and it had way more miles on it than this white car. So I end up deciding to get the white car and learn to love my white car, right? And so it was very interesting that here I got this white car with lower mileage and drove it across the country. And then, so it's just like, there was just kind of something to that for me. And so, I was really, trying to accept this that for, some reason, I was truly right where I was meant to be. In fact, getting a job here after 2 months, which pretty much took me off of driving around so much and door dashing. So, it was just kind of interesting. Like, here I drove across the country to get an actual job that I didn't have to use my car and drive around all day for, right? And so it was just kind of like I was preparing for that road trip across the country. That's truly what it, came down and felt like to me. So then with my children, they were taken out of the hospital when I went in there by DSS custody, right? Because I had no one to take care of them. And my children were placed in homes separately. I immediately, once I got out of the hospital, which I was in there 2 weeks, so August 1st, I got out. And starting that month, I got 2 1-hour visits with my children. So they were living separately. And then towards the end of September, I think it was, I missed one visit I only had with my daughter because my son had been put into a child mental place for a short time there. He had a lot of challenges because of the narcissistic abuse and just all the stuff that had been going on, truly. And then we were back together in October and seeing each other. And then the DSS worker that we were under, she changed. She went somewhere else. So we got a new caseworker the beginning of November. And my daughter, she had been in one home and she had been moved to another home. And when that DSS worker started, she was moved into a group home. My son ended up being put in a place temporarily in another home. He was in another home. So we go into November, and I had a visit with my children that I was unaware of. They called me and I didn't answer it because I was at work. This was the very beginning of November. And when I got off work and I called, it was the end of that visit. It was like at 2 o'clock and I got off work at 2:30. So I had missed the visit, but it was only with my daughter. That was when I found out that my son again was placed in a facility. And then, and it was November 14th that I did this kind of little celebration thing because the year before I had done some healing work and things that it was kind of this date that I was done taking abuse from crappy men. It's the crap man, no abuse, kind of thing. Crap man abuse. So I was kind of like celebrating this kind of thing here that, I had taken this oath the year before I wasn't going to be taking crap from men. And I got a phone call from the new DSS worker, which informed me that my son had permanently been placed in this facility. And, so as I go along on this journey and I'm just really coming to this higher consciousness thing, and it was just like, okay, for some reason, we're right where we're meant to be. I don't know why, but there's a reason for it. There's a reason, and just really coming to accepting that for whatever reason, we all had to be separated because we all were separated. And that for whatever reason, we had to go on the journeys that we were on, that we had to go on them for some reason. And so that brought me to the Monday, which I guess last year was the 25th. So the Monday before Thanksgiving, that it was towards the end of my work day when I received a phone call from my son. He was in this facility and he gave me a phone call. And so I just talked with him and I just said, I know you've been through a lot. And he was like, I've been through an awful lot. And I said, this is the time for you to work on yourself. I'm working on me. This is a time for you to work on yourself and be your best, highest self. And we had a very good conversation, telling him that I loved him very much, but this was just a time for us to work on ourselves. And then later on, I got a phone call from my daughter. It's amazing some of these dates and the things that truly happen here, 2 years after, the time that their dad had a major stroke and these things. And I get phone calls from both of them. These are kind of significant, like kind of things, that happen. So I got a phone call with her and we ended up talking about leaving Washington State. Because the thing is that I tried to go back twice to Washington State. I had said that I would go to Washington State to get my children that had been flown back to Washington State, but the DSS, CPS workers there said, no, we'll fly them to you in Illinois. And then I had tried to go back kind of last minute, and I had received a spirit guided message that my family and stuff was done with me there. And I just came to this conclusion that I was, stopped and blocked twice from going back to Washington State. And there was a reason and a purpose for me not to be there. And so I discussed this with my daughter and just kind of draw to in this thing of us leaving Washington State. Truly, on a spiritual level, I know that we all chose it for some reason. There's a purpose to everything. And so it was later that night that I just kind of had this like little breakdown. Sometimes it's kind of like this tower moment that happens inside of you. And I've had several of those happen. And so I decided at that time, I said, I am making peace. I make peace with my life and my journey and my kids' lives and their journeys and the world. I knew for some time that I was here to help bring peace and make peace in the world. And Jesus Christ, Yeshua, said, "Blessed are the peacemakers." So that's the story, and that is my date, the Monday before Thanksgiving of 2024, when I decided to make peace with my life, my children's lives, our journeys, and the world, which ends up being a very interesting journey, some tests for sure. And I will share that at a later time. I'll tell you the date is January 31st. So I will share that at that time. But making peace with your life and yourself is a significant thing to do. And it's amazing the journey that I went on and where I end up being today, truly. So I'm going to go ahead and share this video, and then we'll ask some questions and answers and give a conclusion.
I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but feel in your heart if this is true. If you're watching this, you are one of the people who hold the codes for ascension for humanity. And your role in this lifetime, one of many, because you're so multidimensional, one of your roles is to transmute and hold the light, which is why many of you incarnated into family situations that were immensely dense and immensely difficult. And in your life, even if you haven't hit the level of healing or success that you would want for yourself, even if you don't think you're there yet, you being alive is a miracle. And you being alive is actively sending healing energy into the grid and healing your lineage 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. Okay. So this is a message I have for you, because I know that you are so connected to the chaos that's happening in the world right now. And you are just, you probably feel so frustrated, so helpless, so angry that all of these alarms are being set off within you and you don't know how to help. And I'm here to say that you're already helping, and you must hold the energy, hold the space, hold the reality of the best possible outcome for planet Earth and for the people who you want to see have a good life. You must hold that end result in order for it to be activated into the matrix. Because right now, so many people are focusing on and holding the energy of warfare and struggle and destruction, and that is feeding the matrix. But because you and I are grid holders, our energy has that much more reverberation and that much more reach. And so it is essential, it is beyond important for you to activate that manifestation energy of holding the outcome, which if you do it right now, you can feel it clear the energy immediately. I want you to do it right now. Just hold the energy of children being safe, of families being fed, of families reunited and laughing and loving life again, and being surrounded by community and people thriving, and the animals thriving, and the earth thriving. I want you to just hold that image in your heart and hold that vibration in your heart for 5 seconds. You will instantly feel the power of that, and you will feel that energy reverberate into the matrix. Why are you not doing this? It's because we continuously get sucked in to the chaos and to the drama. And you and I were not meant to get sucked in. That's not where our power lies. Our power lies in us being able to hold the energy of peace for the grid, of us being able to hold the light of abundance for everyone. So do this now, do this every single day, and do it for yourself. Do it for your own life. Do it for your loved ones. Do it for the world. But please do it, because if you are not holding the energy of what you want to see in the world, you are not part of the solution. I know.
Well, that was a great message. And yeah, I am a grid holder and I am transmuting the energy to hold the light from, warfare and destruction and these kind of, manifestations, really, and holding, the best results. And I'll tell you what, peace is a whole lot different than chaos, and it starts from within. And so, being part of the solution instead of the virus. So, you feed the matrix, the negative timelines, in fact, with fear, guilt, shame, and, a lack mindset, and having enemies, and everything's against you, and, judgmental, and warfare and destruction, and on and on. I did it for a long time too, but you have to change. Have to change if you want something better. And a lot of those emotions and things play out right in your own life. So it's, better to have peace. Blessed are the peacemakers, So Q&A. Questions and answers. How do you make peace in your life, journey, and world? Mindfulness, forgiveness, managing your own reactions. And what did Jesus say about making peace? Blessed are the peacemakers. What is inner peace called? Serenity, tranquility, calmness. And what are the 7 principles of peace? Love, unity, faith, hope, courage, justice, and forgiveness. Let it go. Let it go. When you hold on to the past, it repeats in the future. There comes a time to let it go. Let all the nonsense go. Let go of who you once were and who you used to be and who you once were. It doesn't matter. You're not that person anymore. And what someone did to you 20 years ago doesn't exist right now. Learn the lesson and grow up. Let it go. And, hold energy for light, Be like, okay, best things are going to happen for me. So, my conclusion is making peace is definitely a power move. If you want to defeat whatever enemies that you think that we have, make peace. Make peace. Make peace with it. Make peace with them. You know, everyone's free to live their life how they want, good or bad. Everyone's free to think what they want, good or bad. Everyone's free to believe in what they want, good or bad. So you can think that there's some enemy, that's against you. Maybe the government, maybe people behind the government, bankers, maybe the Jews, maybe Satan, maybe, but when you really start questioning reality, maybe they're just a figment of your imagination. What does that have to do with you in your life? Truly, might just be a seed that has been planted in our minds, and the distractions from us truly working on our inner self, mastering over our flesh. Distractions come in many different ways, and making peace is a power move for sure. And that's what I've come to learn. For me, at least. Put the devil away. What if you're just here to learn and grow? What if there are no enemies? What if you're your worst enemy by the things you think about and the things you say, the emotions you have, your mind, coming up with worst case scenarios of things? You could feed that monster, or you could choose to go down a different road. So, making peace. So, take what resonates. Remember that we are in an energy game. Your thoughts are powerful, your mind is powerful, what you feel, what you say, it's all powerful. And so, give your energy to yourself or give it away to the devil, or whatever, whoever, your enemies are, maybe the government, who knows? But anyhow, I am grateful for, this journey and truly coming to know who I am, knowing that I am this light worker, I am a grid holder for sure, and that I'm a powerful manifester. I'm grateful for knowing those things about myself and, being, practicing to be more calm each day, don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff, and I'm grateful for bravery and courage to go on the journey that I went on for sure, because there's a lot of people that couldn't do it and it would have destroyed them. But I was strong enough to rise up and make peace with it and work on myself and move forward. And that I'm truly grateful for. I am grateful for all of you who are listening and learning and growing from me and hopefully doing some healing from it as well. And with that, if anyone wants help with healing, trauma healing, religious trauma, narcissistic abuse trauma, taking back your power, you can reach out to me. So please like, share, subscribe. My links and email are in the bio. So enjoy your day and your life. Living happily is my natural state of being. We're going to end with a song. The moment. Oh, moment is just moment. And that's what I have gotten back to. Today, in this moment, is all that matters. It's all that exists. Nothing else exists. It's just right here, right where I'm at, whatever I can see. It's all that exists. Anything else, it doesn't exist. So coming back to being in the moment.
Are you lost? Are you lonely? Are you missing your one and only? Starting to write the end of your story. You alive? Are you breathing? Have you lost all the feeling in your fingers and toes? By your soul, nothing seems to be working when it all falls down. When it all falls down, we just gotta get back to the moment. Get back to the moment. Get back to the moment where it all began. Where it all began. I'm a rock, I'm a mountain, surrounded by a fountain. Just one drink, it's all forgotten. I'm a wave, I'm the ocean, different tide with every morning. Rise and fall with the current when it all falls down. Oh, when it all falls down, we just gotta get back to the moment. Get back We're done high.